for episode 15 of the TV show X-Men 92. This week we're doing No Mutant is an Island, Obsession, and Longshot. This is the voice of Mike McDermott. I'm here with Jim Vanderhorst and Ben Caldwell, as always. How are you guys doing this today?
Good.
Doing's good. The twist is that everything is okay. Except for these episodes of this show.
Yeah, I mean, you gave us a spoiler before that you were gonna you had thoughts on two of these. I'm curious which ones you did not like, but we'll wait for that, I guess.
Really? I thought it stands out as obvious which ones are the
ones. I kind of don't know if I liked any of them, but we'll see.
Oh, fair.
I don't know which one stands out as the good one. Maybe the best.
I think animation wise, there was a clear
Obsession is definitely the only one that's watchable, right? Yeah. Visually speaking, like the Pacific. No, sorry, not Pacific. The Philippine Animation Studio fills in on No Mutant is an Island and Longshot because they were actually produced in season 5. These scripts were produced in season 3, but they decided to skip animating them and move on to other stuff at the time. And then when Fox renewed the show for a 5th season after the initial plan 4, the producers said, okay, let's just produce these scripts. These 2 scripts, Longshot and No Mutant is an Island, that they'd given up on. And it's really obvious to me watching them why they'd given up on these stories.
That would explain the change in theme song and end credit sequence.
Yeah, because these episodes actually...
And terrible animation, of course.
Yeah. Because Obsession aired September 24, 1994, just a few weeks after the Phoenix Saga. That makes sense, right? But No Mutant is an Island aired September 21st, 1996, as part of the 5th season, as well as Longshot, which aired October 5th, 1996. It's real messy. The schedule is going to be kind of all over the place from here on. Once we get to the Dark Phoenix Saga after that, it's just episodes are coming out at random, more or less when they're finished. Sometimes it's planned, but at one point they put an end of the 4th season episode out in between season 3 and season 4 in the summer, just as a stunt. No one ever knows what it's put. This causes so many issues that one episode has a flashback to an episode that's supposedly written before it. So, I go by the law of visuals, so we're going to watch the episodes in a way that makes sense, where the episode that has the flashback to a previous episode will be after that. When Obsession is released in 1984, the number 1 song is still I'll Make Love to You by Boyz II Men. And the number 1 song is Time Cop in its 2nd week as a number 1. I had no idea Time Cop was a number 1 movie. That's crazy to me.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe Jean-Claude Van Damme's last number 1. I don't think Street Fighter was a number 1 hit, and then he kind of became more of a direct-to-video person after that.
I definitely always thought of Time Bomb as a flop or a bomb. I don't know much about it historically, but the impression I always got that it didn't do well.
I mean, you just called it Time Bomb instead of Time Cop, so that's pretty good sign.
Slip of the tongue.
I can't actually think of a movie named Time Bomb, and that's nuts because time bombs are
time bombs are a thing, right?
Yeah,
that's what you know. It's a time bomb. Yeah.
It's not a time traveling bomb. It sounds
that would be cool though.
Because if you put time in front of anything, it sounds like it's a time traveling machine, but. It would be cool as hell. Time traveling bomb. Just I'm going to send it back to before it was made. Just like in Tenet.
Whoa.
That's actually what started famously the Troubles in Ireland. It was a time traveling bomb. Look it up.
Yeah, they sent a car back to the 19th century just to blow it up.
Yeah.
So, anyway, when No Mutant is an Island and Longshot air, we have the same song and movie on top. The song is Macarena by Los Del Rio.
Woo.
And the movie is The First Wives Club.
Wow.
So we've got No Mutant is an Island up first. It opens with a funeral and eulogy that they're having for Jean. Beast is reading some poetry. Cyclops is pretty overwhelmed by all the emotion. We don't really know how long after the last episode this is. I don't think, do we?
I mean, it's not
It
2
seems
years
pretty
after it. It feels like
immediate.
it's a couple days later.
Yeah, it feels like the next day or so.
Like this isn't even a full funeral. It's just kind of like we're observing what's happened
a gathering
thing,
They're
right?
all
Because Jean's not dead. They just think she's in the sun forever at this point.
It's pretty bold of them to assume that going into the sun means she's not dead, though. I mean, I know she looked very powerful at the end there, but Jubilee is among the people who clearly think she's alive. She gets really mad because they're all talking about her as if she's never coming back. And Scott's gone off to look at this hologram that he has of Jean, and Professor X tells him to pretty much just get over it.
Yeah,
Scott is snapped though, and he can't handle his role of the leader without Jean, and he gives his spandex back to the professor. So he's stormed off. He's had enough.
Not only does he give it back, he throws it on the floor for a guy who's disabled. I mean, that's pretty rough.
Like, you pick it up. You lean over in your yellow robot chair and you pick this up for me because you're the leader now, Scott. Charles.
Fuck
probably
you,
has
Scott. Don't let the door hit your juicy ass on the way out.
His ass
speaking
is
of juicy,
in this. The
speaking
animation
of juicy
style,
asses. Sorry, go ahead.
The animation style in this is so much more just like, I don't know, bodies just move a little too much when they're moving around. It's 100%. Really distracting.
It is distracting. It really reminds me of like Ralph Bakshi type stuff, like Heavy Metal or like Fritz the Cat, that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels a little
70s animation.
Because of that, it feels a little like smutty. It feels like we're like watching like a tawdry, like hide it in the basement version of the X-Men cartoon.
It does, yeah. It feels like knockoff porno X-Men, I guess.
Like it's cool. Like it's cool that we're seeing and observing Jean is missing. I like that there is an episode about them dealing with grief. It's just so unfortunate that it is this.
Yeah, it feels like a completely different show. Like it's that different. Like in like everyone's it looks so much different.
Even stylistically, they're not trying to match the blacks like they were in Out of the Past. And they will, like, there's going to be some other Philippine Animation Studio episodes in season 3 that will be harder to tell right away that it's the different style. But in this one, they're just give up. They're like, no, we're not even going to bother matching anymore. This is our show now, and we're going to put in the minimum effort. Yep. So stuff looks bad. I mean, Russ's character design is awful and so inconsistent. He looks like he's 5 1 minute and 20 the next.
Right.
Yeah.
Is Rusty supposed to be what's his name? Pyro? No, obviously not. Because there already is a Pyro.
Pyro's in this universe.
Yeah.
Rusty is the same character as Russell, who's Julian Denniston's character in Deadpool 2.
Oh, yes, you're right. Wow.
So that, like, the most interesting things about this show are like the superior versions of these characters that the movies did. Because like Purple Man is the big villain of this episode, and what David Tennant did with the Purple Man is his greatest performance. I'm not going to apologize to anybody who gets mad at me for that. He's fucking amazing as Purple Man, and Kristen Ritter's whole show like revolved around him. Without him in it, it fell apart too.
100%.
Yeah, like I'm excited for more Jessica Jones to come back, but damn, the Purple Man was just so. Like season 1 of Jessica Jones, if you're gonna watch any Marvel stuff and you're interested in like crime stories and the consequences of sexual violence as a story, look into Jessica Jones season 1. It's great.
Yeah, that was really good.
So Scott is taking a bus and he has a flashback to a better animated memory when he got engaged with
the flashbacks to better episodes do not help.
Right? Like it happens in the third episode too, I think. Yeah. But then some rude kid on the bus is playing good guys and mutants and shoots Scott with a toy ray gun to shake him out of his pleasant memory.
Oh man, it's actually pretty cutting when his mom says, well, I don't think you would like being called a mutant.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like that was actually like there's brief moments of good writing in here and like good idea. I feel like this is the first draft, and if they'd thrown out the Purple Man and come with something else for the drama of it, then this might have been a good episode in time.
Yeah. It does. It's about to hit a big brick wall here soon.
Like the way that Purple Man's initially presented as like a vaguely pedophiliac rich guy, that's kind of what Deadpool 2 is too. Like
you're not wrong. Yeah, this
a
does
lot of Deadpool 2 overlap with this. Deadpool 2, one of the greatest comic book movies, and this one of the worst episodes of the best show.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. So
that's the same Kilgrave you're saying as Jessica Jones?
Sorry?
Are you saying that's the same character, Kilgrave?
Yeah. Like this is David Tennant's character.
Okay.
They just interpreted him so this is much more like the comic books, but I think the TV show did with the Purple Man like a much more logical character. Like that's what he would be. He would be a psychopathic murderer. He wouldn't be a rich manipulating boss of goons. I don't buy this version of Purple Man.
Yeah. It's a very boring, like mustache twirling version where he doesn't even use the full extent of what he could do with his powers.
Basically Mr. Sinister here, but without but less interesting. Like Diet Sinister.
And they don't even really take the time to define his powers. Like he seems to be able to mind control people just by speaking around them, but he doesn't like think to do that to Cyclops. He instead like we'll get into that later, but it's just it's a weird choice to even use him here.
Also, that effect on the kid's eyes, like that feels like something that would maybe cause epilepsy.
Oh, there's lots of flashing back and forth cutting. Like when Dream Jean is kissing him and he's getting mouth to mouth from the lady. Another thing I don't like. They're kind of flashing back and forth. It's like, oh, this is kind of an interesting idea, but a bad idea that shouldn't be done. Like this editing technique is cool, but this story is not good.
Yeah. So I think we mentioned he's going to an orphanage, which is where he grew up. He remembers the first time he ever punched out of his eyes. And he runs into Sarah, who is someone who recognizes him from his time here. I think she was probably another orphan. She runs the orphanage ever since her husband died, possibly.
So they're both on the rebound.
Yeah, they're on some rebound sex here, maybe.
Yeah,
widow rebounds.
It's cool that she's kind of like Vanessa Williams coded, but like, what's going on with this storyline? Why are they introducing a romantic interest for Cyclops right after his girlfriend flew into the sun? Like, are we supposed to like this guy? We already are more empathizing with like the other man in this relationship that wants to be with Jean. You know?
Yeah.
It's just,
I feel like it's a really bad way to make Cyclops likable.
I don't think that there was any indication from the writing that he's supposed to lean in for a kiss. So maybe that was just the bad animators just being shitty. Because I noticed a lot of weird little asides and little like glances and little things that the characters were doing that weren't like scripted. You know what I mean?
Maybe, but like the kiss thing is definitely mirrored in the CPR kiss moment too. I think it's intentional. The same producer and director, like two guys produced and directed every episode of the show, including these ones. So they're getting the same instructions. I think it's just weak.
Yeah, no, I think so too. A fire in the orphanage shakes him out of his flashback. He punches the fire to death, and he finds a kid, Rusty, who says he didn't mean to do it. He has fire powers. Scott shows him that he has powers too, and he doesn't have to be afraid of his abilities. So back at the orphanage, Rusty is saying that Kilgrave, the man who adopted him, is bad news, and he has plans to take over or do something with the governor's office. I kind of missed what he said there, but
the governor's office, yeah. What do they want to do with the governor's office?
I don't know what he wants to do.
It's a pretty fucking weird story. Like, oh, the governor, like,
right? Like, there's been no governor for a while. Yeah, I don't know. And he says he has a torture chamber in his basement. And Sarah doesn't buy Rusty's bullshit because he's a bad apple. He's always getting into trouble,
lighting fires, and
which
shit.
It seems like a really bad thing for like the person running an orphanage to not believe a kid saying he's being abused by his new foster parents or whatever. Like, that seems like the first thing you're supposed to do. Like, believe the kid.
Well, in fairness, she's also kind of a slut, so
that's true.
You know,
she was too preoccupied by Cyclops, this piece of man meat that just showed up.
Yeah.
So Kilgrave shows up with the cops to bring him back, so that's already a bad sign. Kilgrave says that orphans don't know how to have parents, and he will learn to like his tough love. But back at Kilgrave's, he immediately puts Rusty in a torture chamber. Oops.
Shocked.
Oops.
Shocking. Oopsie poops. And in the torture chamber, there's like, he's got a whole little like murder of orphans that he's like taken over to.
A murder of orphans.
A murder of
like
orphans.
Like a murder of crows?
Yes, exactly.
That's just, I don't know if you, okay.
I don't know if that's accurate, but if it, I'm sure there is no term.
I mean, I guess we can also then say a shrewdness of orphans, because the plural for apes is a shrewdness of apes. Sure. The rules are as Mike determines. That is the twist.
So the twist. So we find out that Kilgrave has some kind of mind control power. Oh, this is me realizing in real time that Kilgrave is, as we already said from Jessica Jones, the Purple Man.
Spoiler.
Spoiler, we spoiled it. But he has all these other kids, but Rusty is his special boy. One of the kids' powers is a wheelchair that can transform into other vehicles, which is a very specific mutation.
Like,
very weird. On. Is that a comic book mutant?
I remember a kid in the superhero team that was in like the Calgary Stampede special that they handed out to kids. Remember this for a free comic book that everyone got? It was Spider-Man hanging out with these kids, and a bunch of them had disabilities, and the kid was like a wheelchair kid, and the wheelchair could transform into other things. I think that's this kid, but I don't think he's a mutant. I think they were just like, oh, let's get a wheelchair kid in here, and oh, these are his powers. They're mutant powers now. I think that's what it comes down to.
Maybe. I'm looking in like a Marvel database, and he does seem to be an existing character from the comics. So, but it is very, very odd.
It's so weird. It's
super weird.
I mean, Purple Guy like goes out of his way to name all these kids in that one scene too. He's like, "Hey, you go do this, and you go do that."
Yep. There's skids,
I think what it is that like mutant powers, in kind of like talents, kind of manifest in a way that is proportionate to people's interests. So like I think that somebody might be, you know, a good.
He just really loves wheelchairs. That's what you're saying. The kid just really loves wheelchairs.
No, let me try to make a real point here.
Okay.
So like I think that a person becomes a music producer versus like a video editor because their interest is just more in music production than video editing. For example, to just think the choice that I made. And I think the mutant powers can be the same way. So I think like this kid's probably actually like telekinetic or something, or he can transmute metals into other kinds of metal, and it manifests for him in his desire, which is vehicles that have more control over what they are. Like I think he's like forges powers maybe, where he just has control over machinery, and it manifests as his wheelchair moving around.
I wonder.
Well, they have families that have the same powers. Like Banshee's niece Siren has the same powers as her.
Yeah.
Like Cyclops and Havoc are both channeling the punch dimension.
So this kid is like comes from a family of wheelchair kids.
Yeah, I don't know. Rusty can generate fire, which is different than Pyro. Pyro needs to have the fire made by somebody else, and then he can manipulate it. And that, I wonder, it's like, oh, is that like strength, personal strength, belief? Pyro is always being perceived as a bit of a weakling. Maybe he has the same powers as Rusty. But it's just manifesting differently because Rusty's a stronger person with more force of will.
I do wonder, it just kind of makes me think, like, are there any mutants who have their powers right from the moment they're born, or is it something that kind of comes out in teenage years, right?
I think it's
like a puberty thing.
You that were before, like I think super powerful ones maybe. Yeah. I think a couple were born basically monstrous, and it was
because I'm wondering if like maybe it's the case where like your X genes, what powers manifest can be kind of influenced by your environment as you grow, and your X gene develops.
Like Dust, for example, the Saudi or like the Middle Eastern mutant, the only one, but like she's a woman that turns into dust, and her like her hijab and everything turns into dust, and then remanifests.
Right.
So that is like, oh, maybe she has control over particle stuff, and it's just manifesting as sand because she lives in the desert.
Exactly.
Middle Easterners love the desert.
It's the only thing they have to live for. Every home in the Middle East is just made of bare tan rock.
So the little team of orphan mutants are attacking the governor's office while Kilgrave goes to talk to him, uses mind control for reasons. I really don't know what he was trying
It's
to
such
do.
a vague plan. I hate it.
Right.
He somehow
but
convinces him to step down, though.
is that what happens? I thought he
Yeah,
just
it's
got
on
like
the
a
news.
project approved. I thought
But
he just
like,
got a project.
honestly, he could just get in the fucking room with the guy and be like, "Hey, step down as governor, make me governor."
Right.
And
Like, the
also
only
blow
thing that
me.
would like the only thing that would fuck that up is other people stepping in, like the checks and balances on that system. But like
Yeah.
he could just do that. He doesn't need to trick people into letting him do it.
Scott sees this on the news that Kilgrave has gotten the governor to, I guess, step down. Scott and Sarah, now thinking Rusty was telling the truth, go find him. Kilgrave is painting on some non-purple skin just as Scott arrives to see all the brainwashed kids being all proper and playing piano and being nice. But it's just a trick to sneak attack Scott, and they dump him face down in a pool where they won't hoping he drowns and dies, I guess.
The one
Just
good
pretty-
shot of the episode is like his
Yes.
face looking up in the water. I'm just like, wow, why is this one shot good?
Yeah.
It was so strange, but it was very well animated. It's like they started with that, and then just like everything else, they lost time for because that took 2 weeks. I don't know.
He has a little dream of the Phoenix while he's drowning, but he also has a dream that he's kissing Jean while he's getting mouth to mouth from Sarah, which we've already talked about that. It's weird.
Yeah, don't like it. Just don't. Just
weird.
weird choices. You can write something else. Like if you're gonna have a relationship thing with him, at least have it be like an ex-girlfriend or something. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, like you see your ex and there's that pull or whatever. I get that, but just like a person that he knew as a child,
who we will almost definitely never see again.
I really wish that they just left this in the dirt.
Yeah.
It just shouldn't have been redone.
So Scott bursts into the chamber downstairs. He destroys Kilgrave's machine, which for some reason breaks the hold on the kids. I guess that was somehow amplifying his abilities, maybe, or they didn't really say. But the kids were all
Sinister style, kind of, maybe.
I guess so. Yeah.
But like again, that's just not how Kilgrave's powers work. It's just
no, exactly.
Weak Sinister copying. Yeah.
Yeah. Scott thought Sarah didn't know about his powers, so when she saw him use it, he was a little confused, and she says she's known ever since she was a kid. We have another flashback to him using his powers to punch a bike, which he melts it with punch beams, which is not how his powers work. So that's frustrating, like you already said, or no one has ever said, not even once.
Well, I think the directors of this show have no idea about the punch dimension. Right? I don't know if the Wikipedia articles were written after 1996 or something. Possibly.
Oh, almost definitely.
It might have been a bike made out of Play-Doh.
Yeah,
that would have looked.
Oh
like that
yeah,
good
you know
punching.
what? That was a thing. People 100% did that. They rode around on bikes made of Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Well, orphans did anyway, right?
It was like an orphans only thing because if they got hit by cars and stuff, we didn't want them to have any protection. Not like kids with real parents.
No, exactly.
Not like a really solid tricycle. You can just ping one of those kids and everything's fine.
Yeah. Hit a kid on a real tricycle made for rich people, and they will survive. No brain damage.
It's your car that gets damaged.
Yeah.
Kilgrave shows up in a full-on attack helicopter and starts firing on the orphanage, which there's a news camera there to catch it all, luckily. And they also catch Rusty setting fire to the orphanage. Scott blasts down the helicopter with his optic blast, and he stops Sarah from burning alive trying to save Taki inside the burning building and goes to save him himself.
See, he one-shots the helicopter, and then like Purple Dude is like lying on the ground. Like he falls out of the helicopter and just lies on the ground like sassily. And it just feels like another like shitty animation choice that wasn't in the script.
And I don't think we see like anything happen to the Purple Man. Like he doesn't get arrested or anything, does he?
Probably not.
I think he just like
gets a little bruise.
Scampers off, and Sarah offers to let Scott stay if she wants. So Sarah's moving fast on Mr. Summers now that he's free. But he realizes he needs to go back to his real family, the X-Men. And in the last minute of the episode, we find out that Cerebro has found Jean just as he's getting back, and he's kind of he just goes, "I miss
just
you."
Like
as the show
fucking Whiplash,
fades to dark.
Like, bam,
yeah, I know.
She is back.
Yeah,
who knows
Cerebro,
where? We're not going to explain this to you.
Xavier, right? That's Xavier's voice on Cerebro. Sounds like.
Yes, it seems like he gave it his own voice. Yeah.
Classic.
So that's the end of that one.
I can't believe it doesn't end with Cyclops saying Jean. He
does sort of say, "I miss you."
Yeah,
there is a Cyclops Jean in that episode somewhere. I remember.
What?
There's a flashback to him saying Jean.
He did say it in the episode.
In his,
but I prefer when episodes end on the Jean note. I think it's like it happens more than twice, and that is interesting in and of itself.
Jean, I won't wait for you, Jean.
Jean, give me permission to have sex with Sarah.
If you want me to have sex with Sarah, don't say anything right now.
Just like Scary Movie 3. Denise Richards pinned up against the tree, telling Charlie Sheen he cannot have sex with anybody after she dies. I give this one a fucking 2 because it is There's a couple good ideas, but yeah.
I just give this a 3 with no parents.
0.69.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real bad. No good powers either. Bad powers. Bad use of powers.
The Perkman's powers just fall apart and they don't add up. Rusty's powers
Taki didn't even do anything interesting with his transforming wheelchair. So
yeah, I mean Cyclops' powers weren't the punch dimension powers.
And they exactly. Yeah.
Just wrong. Just wrong.
Do you have a number for it?
Wrong. I said 0.69.
Oh, love it.
Apocalypse? Is that how you say that?
Yes, I said Apocalypse. So Apocalypse is opening crates of ancient artifacts from Egypt. Finds one that is referencing Apocalypse, a new piece from a large
that's
collection.
Confusing.
But to his frustration, they all say that Apocalypse is invincible. He's determined to find a way to destroy Apocalypse. And a nerdy guy shows up with a scroll that points to a diagram that says that there's a spot on the back of his neck where he could be hurt. So bam. Apocalypse suddenly shows up at the Statue of Liberty, and Archangel, Archangel, Archangel flies to the Statue of Liberty, and Apocalypse sees him and just like, hey, you're my bitch, and grows to Statue of Liberty size. A thing he can apparently always do in every fight, but he stays small to fight the little guys. But yeah, so Archangel is suddenly flying around having a fight with Kaiju Apocalypse.
Hell
yeah. He seems to think he can, he's going to take him down, I guess.
And this just looks so much better than the last episode.
Oh yeah. God, yeah.
I think it's a particularly well animated episode too. I think the fight is cool, really easy to understand what's happening, which isn't easy when you have like something flying around a giant dude.
And the scale's all different, so that makes it challenging too for them, I'm sure. Like getting a guy who's way bigger.
Yeah, keeping that size consistency like is proven to be very difficult for filmmakers. Look at the way Godzilla changes size in Godzilla 2014. 1 minute he's like 30 stories tall, the next minute he's like roughly the size of a battleship. It's just subjective.
Yeah.
So in the Situation Room at the X Mansion, the twist is the vowels of the English language have been twisted back to where they were before Shakespeare's time. They're studying data about an alien ship when they get word about the fight between Apocalypse and Archangel. They go to get involved. Archangel and Apocalypse trade blows and barbs as the X-Men arrive. Rogue does a cool cannonball into his calves, which knock him over. I like that. Mm-hmm. They chain him to the ground, but he still outmatches them all and takes flight, fleeing the battle. Rogue cradles the knocked out Archangel, having faith he could still be Warren Worthington deep down inside after sharing his mind in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little part of him inside of her forever.
Yeah, he will always be inside of her.
Same.
Yeah. I wish. Right?
Yeah. Sugar.
So at the mansion, Beast is studying the ship and that Apocalypse escaped in, and he believes it could be a weapon that they could use to hurt the External. Rogue tends to Archangel, which makes Gambit jealous. Archangel explains his desire to find a way to harm Apocalypse, and he says to Rogue that, like, you of all people have to understand, which I'm not sure what he means. Like, I guess because she's been in his brain. And
right. He's just saying, like, you feel what I feel, so you know why
It comes across like when, like, neurodivergent people incorrectly project that people are relating to them in a, like, mildly problematic way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, feels like he's just kind of impressing upon Rogue what his view of Rogue should be.
I like that rack focus on Gambit's
Oh yes,
cards.
the rack focus. I made sure to make a point of that note of that because yes, it's funny that
I wonder
like
if there's
this
like
episode,
a budget for rack focuses, because it happens in every episode now that I'm starting to notice it. Look for it.
which wouldn't have been an easy thing to do like in a fake way in animation back then. I don't think like it's not like you could just throw it into a computer and do a blur. They'd have to like paint those frames.
Yeah, like each one of those frames is drawn in focus, and they're using a camera to do this rack focus. So I wouldn't be surprised if like there's a team, and it's part of its budget on every episode is like you're going to do the rack focus shot, and this is going to take a lot more than the other stuff is going to take. But because it seems to be consistent, you know, like they got to do it every episode to keep that budget up. Like when the CIA ruins countries with cocaine schemes in Archer season 5.
What happened was the producers wanted more rack, and they were like, "Okay," and that's what they spent the money on. And the producers were like, "Yeah, no, I mean, we're seeing a lot of rack here. Looks good."
The X-Men want to take a really careful approach to dealing with Apocalypse because, like, he's invulnerable, and they had to use time travelers to beat him both times. But Apocalypse gets frustrated and goes off on his own. Oh, sorry. Oof. Apocalypse Archangel. Apocalypse. I wish you just
really
written him in as Warren.
I guess, yeah. Sorry.
Warren gets frustrated and goes off on his own, and Rogue follows. Gambit has taken off somewhere to do something. Does anybody even remember what Gambit's subplot is at this point? I don't know what that's.
He just kind of.
I think he's just following Rogue because he's like, "Oh shit, my share, mon chéri."
Mon chéri's gonna do something foolish.
I admit I did not rewatch these episodes as much as I normally do with the other ones. We've kind of gotten to the Phoenix Saga, so the excitement dam has burst.
You've blown your excitement load.
Yeah, my wad has run dry. The spoons need refilling. The X-Men approach the ship, which they've discovered is sentient and can speak to them. The ship gives them permission to land. Hank uses the computer to override the ship's controls and tries to turn the ship against Apocalypse. And it's like falling in love with him, so it's down.
Yeah. He knows how to talk to this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
pushing all of her buttons.
Yeah, all these self-defense reflexes fire in, and he's like, "Can you turn them off?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, for sure."
For you, Beast, anything.
You really know how to push my buttons.
Yeah.
Hello, Dr. McCoy. You're very good at turning me on.
Beast tests the trap on the ship on Wolverine. And the idea is that when it is used with on Apocalypse, it will use his own powers to trap him. Just then, an alarm goes off, and it turns out Apocalypse had another trap set for them as well, and the ship goes into lockdown. Rogue and Archangel find Apocalypse near a carnival. Not really sure what Apocalypse is doing hanging out at the carnival.
Maybe he's just popping up in New York City. He's not really seeming to be up to anything. He just is making appearances.
Like, I think his whole plan is just to fuck with Archangel here. It's weird that they go to a carnival. It's like they're kind of like, maybe they just had carnival backgrounds and like, yeah, let's just use this. I don't know.
Yeah, they've been there before, I think.
What?
They've been to the carnival with the roller coasters and stuff before.
Totally, right? It's like how they had that one fight between Wolverine and Morph in a mine shaft, even though they were in the jungle, just because they had the backgrounds, maybe?
They had the mine shaft already, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like how Beast Wars kept using that one bridge.
That one canyon with a bridge on it.
Yeah. They attack Apocalypse, and Gambit tries to stop them in the X-Jet. What's
like a little baby X-Jet?
What are you talking about?
Gambit just flew his little personal jet right into his groin.
Into Apocalypse or into Archangel?
Into Apocalypse groin.
Okay, so he's not trying to stop them. He's trying to help them.
He does try to stop them at first. He tells Rogue that they shouldn't do this, and she says "fuck you" and flies off to do it anyway.
We should not rush this stuff. We should not rush this stuff. We're just like debating the accuracy of it. It's okay. We can probably take the pedal off about how fast we're doing these now. Okay, so I'm still trying to figure out how to say this. So Gambit flies in a little jet, and he flies into Apocalypse's crotch, and he tries to stop them or something. I don't know. It doesn't go well. Apocalypse flies off, and he says that they're going to be doomed just like their friends, which reveals that he knows that the X-Men are on his ship.
Yes, this was I'll admit, like, this is a hard episode to recap, I kind of thought, because things were just kind of flip-flopping a lot, and obviously there's character names that are I mean, just in writing a recap, it's tough to like write Archangel.
That's what they and them are
so
for.
I know, but that's just, it could have been, when you're referring to so many people, I felt like I needed to be specific about who I'm talking about, I guess. So maybe my bad, maybe not my strongest recap.
It's okay. Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Back, it's fine. I appreciate you. Back on the ship, the sentient AI helps them appreciate the trap narrowly. They prepare their own trap again.
Wait. You said appreciate
so many
the
traps.
trap.
Like, so the sentient AI helps them escape the trap. They prepare their own trap. Apocalypse returns to spring the trap.
Shitload of traps, man.
Okay, so Archangel almost screws everything up when he arrives and suicide bombs the computer because Apocalypse is trapped. It seems like he is fucked, and Archangel cannot help it. He needs to actually kill Apocalypse.
Yeah.
So he blows it, but maybe Apocalypse could have overridden it the whole time. It's a little vague. It seems like this was also not going to work. So like the thing was just there for Archangel to be a dick for a moment, and then it was subverted itself. So I guess the writing really falls apart when you analyze it like this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the visuals are cool. The big fight when they're fighting the Kaiju Apocalypse is awesome.
It was kind of sold on the cool visuals, I think. Like that's maybe some cool drawings were done, and they were like, let's make a plot around these drawings or something. Like,
I guess this is like what was appealing to me about it, because I discovered this episode years after the fact. I didn't watch it when it came out in 1994. I came across it later after the show was already done, and I was like, oh, cool. There's another episode of this show, and I don't know about you, but I love when there's more of something that I love.
100%.
And it's also good. So I just kind of interpreted it as cool because, I mean, it was a good twist that Archangel was fooled by Apocalypse into thinking that there was this, shit. It was cool that Apocalypse was tricked. It is cool that Apocalypse tricks Warren into thinking that he has a weakness. That's a good element for a plot. But there needs to be more to it. For sure. And there is.
For sure.
And like Apocalypse can just shapeshift, and he like never shapeshifts unless it's to like trick somebody. Like he can't just shapeshift into a cooler looking guy.
Yeah. That's definitely part of how Apocalypse didn't make any sense in the movie that they made, because like he's using his powers to like push people into walls and they're stuck there and everything, and then he doesn't have those powers later. His powers are very inconsistent. I think he's probably a really hard person to write. And this is probably exposing that.
Yeah.
He's overpowered, right? He's a great character. He's like a great concept for a character, but I think he is hard to get right.
He delivers a line here, which I thought was maybe the first time we heard, but now that I'm thinking about it, I just looked it up. I think it's they recycle the line about him being the rocks of the eternal shore, and to crash against me is to be broken, or something like that. He's already said that before.
Yes, let's butcher that line.
Is that not okay? I am the rocks.
I'm like the rocks of the shore or of time or whatever. Fuck you guys.
Against me and be broken. But he had said that.
Yeah, I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken. Yep.
So, but my question is, has he already said that before? Like
I
I've heard that.
find where it's being attributed.
Okay.
Just from the series.
Okay.
He says lots of cool shit, though.
He does say a lot of cool shit. Yeah.
Everything they've built will fall, and from the ashes of their world will build a better one.
How about Gambit being like catching Rogue?
Yeah.
Being like, maybe time to lay off the fried chicken, Cher? Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I thought, like, are you trying to woo her, or have you given up?
I think
on
he's
that?
nagging her.
Yeah, he's just, you're right. You're right.
He has another great line here. There exists no freedom from me. There is only freedom through me.
That's Gambit saying that?
No, that's Apocalypse. I'm still in that Apocalypse tick. Whatever you guys just said, I wasn't paying attention.
I think Jube said that.
This line, the crash against me and be broken line, is from Obsession. You might be thinking of line from his first appearance, which is, "The old world passes away. Together we shall forge a new one in fire and blood." Similar vibes.
All right. Well,
yeah.
How about, "I know more of this world than you can even dream. That is why I must."
How about when Gambit shows up? Gambit shows up and he goes,
Thanks,
"The name's
I'm like
Gambit,
literally reading a fucking quote. You son of a bitch.
yeah. But how about when Gambit says this and he does this?
Did you guys? Okay, so I'm noticing something here. So after that season 2 episode where we focused on Gambit's backstory and shit, I don't think there's any more Gambit solo episodes.
Like they realize
Storm,
that he's
Wolverine,
he's
episodes.
Yeah.
But I
he's
think
definitely
Gambit's pretty much gonna get the shaft.
He's been relegated to like cool guy to have in the fight, but like not actually tell a story about.
Yeah, he's just kind of like a story tool for Rogue. He's like a piece of Rogue that makes her more interesting, and also tells her she's fat, which is insane. Yeah. Then we get the reveal that Apocalypse fed Archangel the intelligence that Apocalypse could be killed because he can't.
And he wants Archangel back.
Yeah.
I miss you, baby.
He wants his death.
Archangel.
Best death I ever had. The greatest death. Beast and the ship turn the tide in Apocalypse again, overriding the override. And we're now at that point where it's like in
that's like the fourth override,
big hit where there's like a Trace Buster, and then the Trace Buster Plus. Yeah, it's getting out of hand. The ship's AI is actually an ancient magical tablet or something. Ancient aliens made this ship, and Apocalypse just kind of found it and stole it. He's like the Predators, I guess.
Oh,
yeah, he didn't make this ship.
I thought the implication was that he was an ancient alien.
No, he's an ancient mutant. He's like 2,000 years old, but he's born on Earth.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, foggy implications. I think that the show doesn't make it clear in this episode enough that it's not that way. So that's a reasonable thing to guess.
Yep.
Then she has an orgasm. I don't think it sounds like Jean's orgasms. Like Jean Grey orgasms every other episode.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about this, but she does a lot. Like every time she's like, oh, like I've heard those noises.
That's just the noise of psychic distress, I think. That's
an orgasm.
Like orgasm, exactly.
Xavier sounds like he's coming too, like often when he's got a psychic attack.
Yeah. He sounds like he's nutting and she just keeps on sucking. You can cut that if you want.
Nope. Okay, so she says that Beast made her feel things, and so it launches Apocalypse into space in a small capsule. So like at least gets rid of him and gets the X-Men safe.
Yeah.
But that's all it can do. It's reached the end of its line.
That just seems like the best way to take him off the board. Based on the way they presented him here, it seems like there's not really a good way to defeat. Like he does seem literally unbeatable. So getting rid of him seems like their only option.
Yeah, like we come back to him being overpowered and too powerful. You have to get him right off the board and then like the next time we see him, there's going to be a big explanation for why we haven't seen him since then.
Is there any explanation why we didn't see Storm in any of this?
No. Now the actress that plays Storm is American. She lives in LA. Most of the show has a Canadian cast. They replace the original Storm actress with Alison Seeley Smith at some point because the Storm actress wants residuals, and she gets in a dispute over that. So they replace her with someone local, and that is why Storm is the only character that appears in the last season of Spider-Man during the Secret Wars arc, which was meant to be a team up with the X-Men, because I don't think we talked about this either. There's going to be a Spider-Man X-Men team up, and it's set during the 4th season. How much time we have before season 2 of X-Men 97 will probably determine whether we cover that or not. But so that continues on, and Storm continues to be a character, and she goes off and has a crazy adventure with Spider-Man. So I would guess that there's just like a bunch of episodes where if she doesn't have much to do, they're not going to include her at all because they have to book a separate recording session for her for every episode.
So, so they replace her or they do not replace her?
They replaced her already.
They already did.
Listening to the second Storm.
I have not even noticed that.
Yeah, they did a good job of replacing her. Alison Seeley Smith, I believe, still plays Storm. Yeah. She joins X-Men in 1993 and then comes back in 2024.
That is pretty goddamn spot on. Good for, impressive.
Yeah.
Very seamless.
A long career. Doing tons of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was an MVP, man. Most vertical primate. Think about that.
Most valuable, I think.
No, it's vertical.
He's a skateboarder.
It's about a snowboarding monkey. It's part of the Air Bud series.
I thought he played hockey first. He plays hockey in the second one, I think.
That might be most valuable primate. And
that's the one I'm thinking of.
Probably most vertical because he's snowboarding, you see.
That makes sense.
I guess I just got further down the lore tube than you.
I'm sorry.
The whole Air Bud universe.
The Budiverse.
Extended universe.
It's another one of those things where there's a new Air Bud show or movie every year because that's that producer's thing. Every year I'm going to make one of these. Boom, boom, boom. Clockwork. It's machines. Got the same budget every year. Keep the same money coming in every year. They haven't stopped. The same people who produced the original are now making a remake of Air Bud.
Yeah, I heard that. And
the Air Bud movie is a movie in the world of the remake of Air Bud, which...
That's
why Archangel's pissed off. We'll see it. We won't see him or Apocalypse again until the end of season 4. And Beast cries as his tablet battery runs out.
I loved her. She was fascinating.
Oh man,
couldn't smell his aftershave though.
These guys all fall in love super fast.
Yeah, it's like I kind of understand why young boys like kind of fall in love with women in pathetic ways with all of this demonstrating that has been done for us.
Yeah. Well, each of these episodes are about a member kind of like forming a quick romance with somebody and then it having to be broken off.
That's an interesting theme, but it's quite true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a theme that maybe they don't ever get right.
I would give this episode a 6 overrides out of 10 because there is some cool moments, but overall it's very kind of confusing and the writing falls apart a little bit.
Yeah, I give it like 6 alien spaceships. It's cool. It was really fun. It didn't really fall apart for me until we were analyzing it right now. I came into this wanting to give it a 7, but it's a 6.
Made it
6.789.
I don't even know. You are just personified chaos, sir.
I am Apocalypse. Look at my weird fractions.
My favorite power was Rogue using her body as a cannonball.
Yeah, Rogue does cool stuff.
She does that all the time, actually. Yeah. All right, we have one last one to go, called Longshot. It's about Cable, No, it's about Longshot. So Wolverine
is it sweeps week? Is that why we're getting back to Mojo here?
Could be. I mean, we did just discover. I discovered anyway that they did a primetime episode of this show with Power Rangers back to back, couple of episodes in primetime because this show was such a big deal back in the day.
Yeah, that was the Out of the Past two-parter that we Ben and I covered with Steve a couple weeks ago. But yeah, it was a big deal. This wasn't. By the time this episode came out, the show was just being like farted out. This is a fart of an episode. Like this totally. Episode makes the cardinal sin that both He-Man movies make, that so many movies make, where they take something that is interesting and they take it and they take that and they put it in a less interesting box and think, oh, what's it gonna do in this less interesting box? And the answer is be less interesting.
Well, let's find out. So Wolverine.
Okay, I'll delete that, I guess. No fucking reaction, you fucking dicks.
Wolverine is giving Jubes a driving lesson in his Jeep. They pull over to like a store, and he goes inside to get some beers or something. But a portal opens up above his Jeep, and Longshot gets straight dumped into the passenger seat, and he's followed by a group of warriors. And they're led by my favorite babe with 6 arms, Spiral. And they're there to bring him back.
I get it now. Like, I thought about it, and I was like, okay, a girl with 6 arms, like, that's pretty hot. I could see how that could be a pretty good experience. So I understand now your weird fetish.
I don't think it has anything to do with 6 arms. I just think she's hot. Like, I think she has a cool design, and I like the way she talks.
Oh, well, I invite you to think about what 6 arms could do.
Okay, 1 goes up my butt. I'm tapped out after that. I don't know, man. I guess you guys could try another one up my butt.
All 6 hands up my butt.
Yeah, I guess
two around your neck, obviously.
Oh, yes, nice. Okay, good. I guess 1 can go on my penis.
For what?
I don't know, just like support.
We can get like at least 3 hands on our penis. Come on.
Yeah, remember?
Okay.
No, me and Mike have 2 and Jim gets 3. That was the deal.
Oh, okay. There we go. They're there to bring him back.
Where's the 7th arm come from in that scenario?
Well,
I don't know.
Mike, you've got 3 arms, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yes, and
yes, and he says nothing.
Yes, and X-Men, they're there to bring him back. Jubes does a pretty good Storm impression.
Back to where? They're there to return him to Mojo
World.
Yeah.
Mojo wants him. So Jubes does a pretty good impression of Storm. She gets up on a car and like says something like, "Hours of fireworks go through my fingers," and helps Longshot, and she shoots the bad guys away. And they send a pack of werewolves after Longshot and Jubes, which are like these liquid metal hunting dogs. They're pretty cool.
T-1000 styles.
Yeah, they run into a bus and they get
like the hunting dogs that will kill us all very soon, thanks to Boston Dynamics.
Wolverine catches up with them and he makes some dog jokes while he fights them off. Spiral and the Warriors catch up, but they decide that this is just too much trouble and they head back to Mojo World. Where Mojo is having a complete fucking meltdown over Longshot getting away. Spiral suggests that that Mojo go after him himself on Earth. His like a verbose little sidekick who's always saying like your lethargicness or your lugubriousness.
Yeah, his majordomo.
Majordomo?
Yeah, majordomo is like a valet or like a right hand.
Okay.
Kind of thing, like halfway between a servant and
Majordomo?
It's like an XO on a submarine.
Wouldn't it be like a Mojo Dermo? Like a
I want you to not. Can you?
So this guy convinces him that's actually a good idea because I think he pretty much can say anything and Mojo will do it. So it sounds like ratings gold to Mojo because it's got his favorite. He's got the X-Men who he loves. He's got Longshot who he loves.
And I mean, they're watching Time Fugitives, which is a great episode. So
right, yeah, you get to see some of the better animation on the TV in the show.
Just contrasting, showing you how terrible it's like. Man, Mojo looks so bad with these animators.
So Jubes and Wolverine are showing Longshot around the X Mansion. Wolverine still doesn't trust him, and he thinks he's some sort of setup or he's up to something. He doesn't have any memory of how he got there or anything like that. So Charles declines to read his memory because he has to agree to let, he won't do that against someone's will, I guess.
Now he's got boundaries.
Apparently. Yeah. And Jube storms off like a lovesick teenager, which she is, because she's clearly has a huge crush on Longshot.
Oh, Jubilation Lee.
Oh, Jubilation Lee. His sexy mullet and other things.
His name is Longshot.
Yeah,
he has a bad character design to begin with, too. So it's just, it's rough.
And did they even ever define his powers?
I don't remember. He's got that blinky eye thing. Yeah,
like, I know he's supposed to be lucky, I guess, and can
maybe he's got some cybernetic stuff going on, like his eye blinks, has like a light in it or something. I don't know.
Well, he's genetically engineered, so I think he has a few powers. And it actually has his powers are affected by his personality. So if he's not in a good mood, his powers aren't working as well, which is weird.
Same.
Yeah, he's also got advanced healing. He's acrobatic. He can telepathically read people. It's not like telepathic communication, but he can just kind of hear them. Yeah. Just, just kind of a messy, undefined character, which is why we've never seen him in film or anything. I think that there's potential for him, like years down the line when they've done every other thing that it might be that Longshot pops off, But
I kind of feel like Domino in the aforementioned Deadpool 2 kind of covers a lot of that ground, though, like with her luck powers or like her probability ability.
Yeah,
like,
and it's just more interesting, more fun. Cooler, much better design. I think now you'd have to play Longshot for laughs. Like he's a full-on joke at this point. He'd have to be like the Booster Gold of the Marvel Universe.
I could see that. That might make sense.
And that could work. It just has to be like 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Or so. Like, I guess do Mojo for sure, but just cast like some charismatic unknown in case he gets big later. I don't know. We're saying I don't know a lot here today because we just don't know what's going on with these episodes.
Mojo teleports in and he dubs Earth Terror World.
I love that. That's funny.
He's got branding right off the bat. He just brands this place as Terror World. Longshot volunteers to have his mind read back at the expansion. But Charles finds that his mind is barren and he will need time. Jubilee, off on a walk, is startled by Mojo in disguise and is taken kidnapped. And then Longshot starts to remember there was a rebellion back on Mojo World. He was captured and brainwashed to be used against the rebels, but he somehow ends up on Earth instead when Spiral kind of like accidentally teleports him there, I think. Is basically what they're trying to say happens.
It's messy.
Yeah, pretty messy. The X-Men discover an area of dead foliage near the mansion, which were killed just by Mojo's very presence. Like, so him just being around plants kills them. And they also find Jubilee's coat, which Longshot can't see a future for. Like, he holds it up and says, I can't sense any future for Jubilee, like implying that she's dead. But I guess is another new power for him where he can
I'm not even seeing anything about precognition here in this Marvel setup. Weird. This is just a mess.
Yep. Wolvie still thinks that Longshot is trouble and is part of this whole scheme somehow. So he just doesn't trust him. So he's going to keep a real close eye on Longshot while they look for Jubilee. The ship that Mojo's on reminds me of the ship from Return of the Jedi, from that Jabba the Hutt has.
Oh, like the skiff. Yeah.
The skiff, I guess. I called it a barge, but maybe skiff's maybe more accurate.
He's a lot like Jabba the Hutt. Jabba
the Huff. He says he's going to pit his warriors against the X-Men. The X-Men flee into the forest where they all split up. Wolverine to try to reach the arena with Longshot and take down Mojo. Beast and Rogue head off into this area called Camp Cretaceous, which is actually the name of a Jurassic World spinoff that's on Netflix that my son watches sometimes. It's like a kid version of Jurassic Park.
That's cool. Is it a good show?
Cool. I mean, it's okay. It's animated by DreamWorks. They put some real money into it. It's not bad, but it takes place at the exact same time. It's like an alternate, not timeline, but like it's during Jurassic World 1. It's just something that's happening off at a different part of the island.
Is it set in the same continuity as the Fast and Furious?
That's a great question. That's a really good question.
Should be.
It should be for sure.
Do they evacuate Camp Cretaceous at any point?
They try to. I don't pay attention too much. As far as I could tell, they got stuck there for like a year. Like they were there for a long time. It's kind of like
just a bunch of kids abandoned on an island that everyone knows about. Yep, for a year.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they become like famous people who like. Anyway, it's really not worth getting into. But this Camp Cretaceous is filled with dinosaurs too.
But mostly just forest, right? Like what was so cool about the last Mojo episode was all these different backgrounds, different universes were dropped into, different shows were parodying here, and then they take like just the characters from that and just drop them in a fucking forest.
Yeah, it's a super boring forest. The dinosaurs all kind of look the same. Well, the first one's purple and kind of looks like Beast Wars Megatron, which I liked. But I think they were going for like a Barney joke.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they called him a big purple lizard. Kids would love it.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely a reference to Barney then.
The animation's like really falling apart here. Like they're not really trying hard to have. I think they recycle a few animation cycles for the dinosaurs. Like
I like averted my eyes from the screen for a lot of this episode, and I only watched it once. I fucking had a bad time.
It's super ugly.
I feel like there was more epileptic seizure inducing flashing stuff in this one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anytime his like henchmen like morph from one outfit to another, and that's another thing they didn't do as well this time. Like in the last Mojo episode, they morphed into like the Punisher and other Marvel characters. This time they're just like generic space pirate outfits kind of thing. Like it's not.
And like the morph sequences are fucking cool. Like I've been doing these edits of the little intros, and I'll go like frame by frame through them, and they're really thinking about what the morphs would look like if they were like a computer morph or something.
Yeah.
Like it's really well done stuff. ACOM really is underrated in their quality because like some of the animation's jerky. And one thing I noticed they're doing is sometimes they'll just be like a frame for like a fucking half second. And it'll just sit there and it just kind of feels disjointed. And I think that's part of why. Like the things they do to save money maybe make them look a little jankier than, they deserve credit for. Because man, their close-up shots and their detail shots are so fucking good. They're like anime good. I think so anyway.
Yeah, I feel a lot of anime vibes coming from these episodes.
100%.
I'm not feeling Ralph Bakshi.
You mean the good
vibes.
episodes? Because I'm talking about the good episodes, not these ones.
These ones I get a few little fleeting moments. Like they feel like anime episodes. Like maybe they're animating anime shows at the same time.
Word.
Wolverine and Longshot, they find this goat-headed guy who gets a name. His named Quark. But they dispatch him pretty easily. And then when someone comes to fetch him, when these flying sleds, Wolverine and Longshot kind of like look at each other and have a little grin. And the next thing we see is them on the flying sled headed towards Mojo's arena.
That's the payoff for Wolverine not trusting or liking Longshot all episode, which is another thing I just didn't like or make sense to me because like he should fucking remember that Longshot saved their ass the last time they went to Mojo World. They remember Mojo.
Yeah.
Did they not know that Longshot saved their butt? I thought they all kind of understood what was going on there, and there was like a meet and greet afterward or something. I don't know. Maybe I forgot the details at the end of that episode, but
I don't know. I feel like Longshot
didn't fit to me.
I know Longshot kind of spent a lot of the last episode with these guys like on his own. Like he's kind of off like in the back like alleyways of Mojo's control center while the X-Men were like fighting for their lives. So I don't know that they spent a lot of time together on Mojo World, but he should still, they definitely like met up at the end to part ways and be like, see you around, and everything was cool, I thought. So yeah, it's a little weird that he's like all of a sudden like, I don't fucking trust you, bub.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Didn't Longshot like kind of figure stuff out, win the day, but kind of betray them to get his starring role back maybe in the original one?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. I thought he was starting a revolution, and that what's happened between these episodes is that his revolution has failed.
I think you're right, Jim.
Yeah, I think that's how.
I think that is how it goes too.
Fair. Also, like Quark is a fucking goat head guy, and he can't handle one blow to the head.
Yeah.
Like these
True,
guys
yeah.
ram into each other, presumably on whatever their home planet or.
I mean, just
farm.
because he looks like a goat as we know goats doesn't mean he has the same thick skull. Maybe he just has horns and it's just
He's not
very
my
fragile
Quark, I'll say
horns.
that. My Quark
Yeah.
has a big bony fucking head, and he'll talk you to death about the rules of acquisition.
Yeah. That's
No,
right.
Deep Space
Star
Nine
Trek
reference?
reference.
Anybody get it?
I-
No, that's
And he
okay.
loves Umax. Umox.
Well, if we go long enough, I'll get you
Nerds.
to watch Deep Space Nine, Mike, because it is great.
Oh.
It's seriously a very good show. I'll fucking fight you
Okay.
over it.
I'm not
Except for the
arguing, I
lead
just-
character, Benjamin Sisko, is the worst.
No, he's
Captain.
great. What are you talking about? He's awesome.
I hate him.
Really?
Uh-oh.
He's a terrible actor. He's just like has those weird pauses and the weird faces he makes.
Did you watch the whole series?
I watched the whole entire series.
Oh,
man.
well, that's
I
fair.
just really didn't like him.
Yeah, he is not a great actor, but I think the character's good.
Yeah, the character's good. It's well written. It's the sort of dark, sort of black sheep, maybe, of the Star Trek family. So much so that they had to like kind of put out other, like they were doing Next Generation at the same time, weren't they?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, we can
Really?
go back to that anytime. But
It
this
is
a
kind
show
of like
about
the
X-Men.
little. I don't know. I just respect that show so much because no one had really done anything like that except for the other TV show about a space station in the middle of the 90s. With like
except for them. Otherwise, totally.
just like 2 shows about space stations in the middle of the 90s that changed the way that TV shows are all written today.
Yeah, no, I love Deep Space Nine. It's great. It was like not so episodic, like it was more of a long form story being told there, and lots of great characters. And I like that it was in that totally different quadrant or segment or whatever they call it there.
That being said, I think Babylon 5 is better. It's the shit.
Fair. That's when I watched even less.
Well, it's got a really tough first season to make it through. The lead actor is fighting schizophrenia the whole time, so he can't really keep it straight.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's intense. And
man.
and they're just taking their time getting to the world. But once the world is going in season 2, it's like incredible and it's so riveting. And everyone I've shown it to like becomes extremely emotionally invested in it. It's a good show. Anyway, let's finish off talking about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Spiral and Wolverine have a fight in front of the entrance. Wolverine sends Longshot in to get Jubilee while he's dealing with her. Beast and Rogue have managed to get free from Camp Cretaceous because now that Wolverine and Longshot have arrived, Mojo diverts all of his forces back to helping at the main base that he's got there. So Beast and Rogue help Longshot save Jubilee, which is starting to cause Mojo's ratings to plummet, which we can see in real time on this screen. They start going from 100% down to, they're going down, down, down. He's freaking out, and he snaps. And
The failing Mojo network. Lowest ratings you've ever seen.
He's about to obliterate Longshot, but Jubilee fries the spider legs with her powers, and he's just about to be executed by Longshot when Spiral teleports all the Mojo warriors back to Mojo World, and Longshot is going to go back with them, I guess, so he has to help with the rebellion that he has abandoned. But he does give Jubilee a little peck on the forehead to say goodbye, and we close on a real big close-up of a rose.
Yeah.
Which,
Cringe.
very cringy, very like, it felt like they were like,
I hate that Jubilee always does this. Like, I do like that her powers are stronger. That's like an evolution. Like, they're super weak in the first episode. By the middle of season 2, she's like using her powers to knock over buildings in Russia. So it's cool that her powers do help and save the day here. But that's it. They've taken the best part of the X-Men universe and just shit on it and found a way to make it suck. In the same way that Masters of the Universe sucks. At least that's like so bad it's good and funny now. But this makes me feel more like the new He-Man movie where they're doing the same problematic idea of bringing He-Man into our modern world and trying to say that we're bringing this fish out of water situation up.
It's actually gone completely woke. They're calling him they, them, man now. Very sad.
Oh man, that'll be on SNL.
They, them,
When it
man.
comes to
though,
they, them,
so
man.
Yeah.
I give this like, oh man, I don't know, like this is like a 2. Like this is really not. This is, as much as I enjoyed the first Mojo episode, I hate this one. It's just so much. Like it looks ugly, doesn't make sense. It's accomplishes nothing.
It's truly the Beastmaster 2 to the original's Beastmaster, down to the whole plot. Shout out if anyone gets that Beastmaster reference, say so in the comments, and I will appreciate you. When I first watched this episode, I thought, but now, I really hate it. It's a 0.
It's a 0. Wow.
I don't know if you can get worse than 0, but negative 6.9, perhaps.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I think this is my least favorite episode of the show.
Pretty bad.
There's really like almost no good parts.
Yeah, I mean, No Mutant in Island is up there, but it at least deals with Jean. Hold on, let's park here. Where the fuck is Jean? They're not mentioning. They haven't mentioned since No Mutant Island, right?
They found her
back.
Like
they don't know where. They just know she's alive.
Yeah, we'll see her in the Dark Phoenix Saga. I don't think she's going to be in the next one. We're going to do Savage Land, Savage Heart next, the 2-parter. I don't think she's mentioned in that. It's just like this period between these shows where she's not here, even though she has landed. I remember just being like so shocked that Dark Phoenix starts off and she's back and there's no explanation. So at least there was that.
Must have been so frustrating as a child to like get teased that she's back. They found her and then they just don't talk about it for 2 straight episodes or maybe more.
Oh no. There was no tease though. Remember, No Mutant in Island came out years after the fact. Like the kids watching
episode would have just been Obsession.
No,
I got you.
I'll clarify. On Friday, the September 9th, we get the Phoenix Saga Part 5, Child of Light. Yep. Jean makes her big sacrifice. Saturday morning, we get Savage Land, Savage Heart Part 1.
Ooh.
And then a week later, Savage Land, Savage Heart Part 2. And then a week after that was Obsession. The single episodes between the Phoenix Saga are kind of like muddled up in their order when they were released. And so I decided to just put these now here at this point before Savage Heart.
I think
before any of them.
I think Disney Plus decided to do that too because this is the episode. This is the order they play in on Disney.
Yeah, and I did try and make the order match Disney Plus at certain times. The only real time that I'll go against it is probably the Weapon X and Lotus in the Steel order. But sometimes it shifts around because of where 2-parters are. Like season 4, we're going to be all over the place, and it doesn't really matter because season 4 itself was all over the place. Production-wise, release-wise. They just didn't care at this point. They weren't advertising it heavily. It was just like, the show is doing well. We're just going to start releasing stuff. Like the season finale of season 4 is released in November, and then most of the episodes of season 4 come out after it.
Fascinating. If you will.
All right. Well, I think that covers everything. I mean, I don't think there's anything else from these episodes we want to talk about other than we did not.
No, I don't even want to talk about these episodes ever again.
All right. Jim, what episodes are we watching next week?
We'll be doing Savage Land, Savage Heart, Part 1 and 2.
Perfect. All right. So I guess then for you, Jim and Ben, I'm Mike, and we'll see you next week.